So my spine is fused, which means I have little to no flexibility in my vertebrae. Let's go. Content queen, but my crown's been tilted. I make dope shit, but y'all don't feel it. And I edit so much, I could do it in my sleep. Create so much, I think it runs in my genes. Content queen, but my crown's been tilted. I make dope shit, but y'all don't feel it. And I edit so much, I could do it in my sleep. Create so much, I think it runs in my genes. That's GoziTV. Hey y'all, welcome back to GoziTV. So today we have
Karina Tech.
And she started
Scolio Pilates.
All right, so this is the first video kicking off Scoliosis Awareness Month. If you haven't already watched my last video, watch it so you can know what's going on here.
So Scolio Pilates, I guess in a nutshell, is something I created to help my own spine. I have scoliosis and I had copious amounts of pain, and it was time for it to go away because I could not live that way. And I was not a candidate for surgery because my curves weren't significant enough.
Tell us about how Scolio Pilates can help with the spine. Just tell us what it is and why is it so specific to scoliosis, and what
That's a very good question, because it is very specific to scoliosis. It's actually called a scoliosis specific exercise because everybody with scoliosis can be helped by simply moving, right? Just keep moving. I don't care what it is. You want to kayak. You want to walk, do whatever you can. However, sometimes we need a little extra push to really get our spines feeling better. So this is an example of a scoliosis spine. And for me to go to the gym and do bicep curls is fine. It's great. However, if I'm actually going to work on reducing pain here, I need to move this shape closer to center. And that takes a lot of more detailed correction. It's complex, but it's not hard.
I, for the most part, don't have so much flexibility in my spine. Can I work on that?
No, because you're fused, you're not going to work on the flexibility of your spine. What you're going to work on is elongating what's there, because you have a fusion from, let's say, here to here, and you still have parts of your spine that are very mobile, or you couldn't turn your head to look at me, or you couldn't turn your hips the way that you're turning. So your spine still has great mobility, and you need to work on lengthening those points, right? And then strengthening once we're there. And that's for anybody with scoliosis. I'm sitting here, I'm chatting with you, but if I want to strengthen my curve, I'm going to lengthen. This automatically makes this spine straighter, and then I can do my bicep curls from there. Now I can take it a step further, and I can say, okay, my right hip needs to go back, my right hip needs to go down, my right ribs need to go forward, they need to go left, they need to go back, this arm here, this arm there. And so it can get detailed and complex, but again, it's not hard to do. All ages, my kids that are 10 years old get it, and they just do it, and it feels good in their bodies.
What is your mission for Scolio Pilates? Because you guys, I was on Instagram and I came across her and I was like, what? Okay, because I kind of shy away from Pilates classes, yoga. Traditional
is tough for me.
Yeah, and so I kind of just try to do grandma stretches or whatever at my house, and I'm like, well, this is what I can do. So
no, you can do a lot more. There's every opportunity for us to strengthen. There's no reason for us with scoliosis to be doing grandma stretches. I mean, grandma stretches can feel good, but it won't get you kayaking for 3 hours if that's where you want to go. And so to simply take your spine, put it in a better position, then do it all. For me, I love to focus on the arms because it's a part of my body that has trouble strengthening. My legs better, So anyway, moving the spine towards center, and then from there moving to strengthen, as opposed to, you would never ask somebody who had a really bad posture in this direction to say, okay, now do bicep curls there. You would never ask them to do that. So you should never ask someone with scoliosis to do the same thing. Just sit in your curve and do your bicep curls. No, we're going to do everything we can to get here and then strengthen. Yeah.
It's crazy because I had the surgery to, I can't even really slouch. However, this woman has the posture of an angel. I'm just like, wait, am I slouching again? Wait, what is actually
where
going
you're
on?
Slouching actually is you're correct. Where you're fused, you are perfect. Nothing could be more perfect, right? Those of you who've been fused, above and below the fusion, your spine has the ability to do this. And so especially you'll notice it in the head. It's a little harder, especially when you're sitting, to notice it in the hips. But the hips will kind of do this thing. So we have to watch those points for those of you who are fused. Because if you have one point here, like this is all fused and this is moving, that vertebra that's on top of the fusion will literally do this. And it's not okay. It's really not okay, because that joint will eventually weaken and that can be a problem. So you need to stay lengthened and strong. So when you're driving home today and you're at a stoplight, you're going to just lengthen your head up to this top of the car. Yep. And then you're going to take a deep inhale. You're going to exhale all the air until you feel your abs tighten. And when you feel your abs tighten, that means your entire spine also tightened and strengthened. It teaches your body how to hold the new alignment.
And this is what you teach in your classes and workshops. So we are here in Oxnard, California. Is this just here? Where can we
It's everywhere. I mean, I travel internationally and I teach like all over the planet. I got a new request this morning to teach in Finland. Oh, wow. Hope that happens. That would be fun. We do teach all over, we meaning me, myself, and the mouse in my pocket. My husband does travel everywhere with me. Otherwise, I would lose my mind. But it's all over. This year we traveled to France and China, and we were in Thailand. We go to Japan and South Korea, Indonesia, all over the States. However, you can't really just follow me around the planet. What you want to try and do is find one of our practitioners. Okay. And we have 55 or so right now. Our numbers are growing, so unfortunately, if we don't have one in your neighborhood, you will end up traveling. And we've set up intensive. So if you get there, you can stay for a few days, do the intensive, and then have all the homework to do at home.
Okay. Yeah. A little birdie, Instagram, told me that you have a new book out.
I do.
Okay.
So this book is actually the handbook.
And I love the art. I'm going to get a zoom in on the art. I love the art on this book.
Thank you. It's the handbook to go with this one. Now, if you're someone who is a professional teaching this exercise, you'll need this book. If you're someone doing it at home and you don't intend to teach this exercise to somebody else, then this book is fine. Okay. And then this book is divided up. Every single exercise has plain text in italics. The plain text you can do today. You'll read it, you'll understand it, you'll be like, okay, hands behind my head and pulling up. Got it. Elongate head to the sky. It's mostly the elongation corrections. Now, when it gets a little more detailed and you look at it and you go, I'm not sure if my right hip is supposed to go back or my left hip, those corrections are in italics. Okay. And then you're going to need someone to help you out with that. But definitely you can pick the book up today and start doing things. We're trying really hard to make this work accessible, because when I was trying to figure out how to resolve my own pain, there weren't many people doing exercise for scoliosis. Right. And if they were, you had to travel far and pay a lot of money for like a 3 to 6 week session. It was not going to happen.
Even if you search on YouTube right now, there's still not really that many videos.
It's hard.
Specifically for like even like stretches for scoliosis. It's like, wait. Yeah. This is a whole world. We need this.
You're dealing with different rules. Yes. This is a different rule. This is a work of art. This is engineering art is what's happening in a scoliosis spine. So you don't necessarily benefit as much from going to the gym as somebody else. You benefit and keep going.
Definitely.
But if you find something that's repeatedly bothering you, like if I go to the gym, and my friend loves to do those high intensity training classes, so I went yesterday. Still breathing hard from that, but I don't think I ever will be able to do crunches successfully.
Oh my goodness, we're not even going to talk about crunches. Yeah. Imagine trying to do crunches with a fused spine.
You can. You know how you do it is you start at the top of the sit up. Like you're going to do a sit-up, but you're at the top, not on the floor. And you lean back with a straight spine for 3 inches, and then you come right back up. You'll love it.
And there's so many I've had to I do planks. Awesome. Sometimes I just do the one where I like grab onto someone's, I grab onto someone's ankles and then like lift my legs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Awesome. So everything has been modified, but especially when it comes, I just really love, when I saw Scolio Pilates, I was like, I can do it too. You guys do not even understand. Like, do not get out there and get active. Do not take anything for granted, because we're working with we're some sexy spine sisters, okay? And we still get it done because we have to, no matter if it has to be altered or not. That's why I really appreciate it.
I'm glad you said sexy's fine, because there's a lot of supermodels with scoliosis.
A lot.
A lot. And the reason is why? Because they can stand like this forever.
Oh my goodness. Right.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't bother you. They're just like, yeah, they're totally sitting in their curves.
In fact, there's another YouTuber. She lives in New York, and her name is on YouTube. Her name is Yes or No. And I saw her on another scoliosis page. So you're right. And she's a model. And hey, you're awesome. Your channel's dope. But yeah, she has scoliosis, and like, that's true.
Yes, it is.
I never realized, but I've always noticed it, because people that have scoliosis always can spot out somebody with scoliosis. And I've always been like, oh, okay, well, do your thing, girl. But yeah.
Yeah. So when we work at the hospital, well, when we work anywhere, but there's a hospital that we work at in Ohio, Dayton Children's, and we created for them, and we use it for everybody now. It's called Scolio Heroes. And it's just a PowerPoint slideshow of athletes and superstars and musicians, all with scoliosis. You have Olympic runners, Olympic swimmers. You have Victoria's Secret models. You have, I just met a gentleman in Thailand. He is a world-class boxer with scoliosis. Yo-Yo Ma, the cellist, has scoliosis.
I found out that I actually had a pretty bad case of scoliosis. I was at Target when I was a freshman in high school with my mom trying on a swimsuit, and she was like, stand straight. And I was like, I am. And she was like, oh my God, how did I miss this? She was like, how did I miss this? Because I don't think I was born with it. When I got tall fast. So between the ages of like 12 and like 15, I got tall fast, and it just kind of like the rate at which I was growing in my spine did not.
And how old were you when your mom noticed?
I was like 14.
Oh,
yeah, I was 14.
Happened right at your growth spurt, because we kind of expect that.
Every year, I don't want to throw school nurses under the bus, but I clearly had it. And no one ever said anything, because we got those checked. You know, when you bend over.
Yeah, I had the same check. They missed it also. Because mine was missed by a doctor. Yeah, it just happens. It's human nature. And most like when they checked you the first time, it wasn't significant. It doesn't start significant. It starts mild.
Yeah.
And then it can get significant. But yeah, you do wonder. And then you're the kid in the pool at the pool party. It's always nice to be able to say, yes, it's a change in my spine, but it's just like that Victoria's Secret model. Have you seen her? She has scoliosis too. Or her name on Instagram, her name is Martha Hunt. Okay. But as a kid, you can go to the pool party and say, yeah, I've got scoliosis just like Martha Hunt. Or I have scoliosis just like NGOZI. And I have scoliosis just like that famous person, that famous person, that famous person. And so it's kind of a nice thing to have in your arsenal to pull out and say, only famous people have this, so I'm probably going to be famous.
I mean, I'm probably going to be amazing with a super amazing spine, just saying. Yeah. So, with all this being said, what are you excited about for Scolio Pilates this summer?
This summer, we have our first camp happening at Dayton Children's Hospital in Ohio. So we have 8 children now. We most likely will take a maximum of 12. I love working there because the doctors and the physical therapists and the psychotherapists and the nutritionists are all working together in this one facility. It's awesome. And then we have a Scoliosis Center, Anatomy-wise in North Carolina. We're hosting our 3rd camp there. Oh, wow. They're really fun. They're really fun. The camps are great because we have all these people come together with scoliosis from all over the world, and they have this one thing in common. And to be able to talk to somebody who gets you before you have to really even open your mouth is pretty wonderful.
I would love to attend one of your camps one day.
Hopefully we'll have one in California.
In the comment section below, if you have any more questions, if you're interested, if you want to follow Karina, where can we find you? And where can we find like everything about Scolio Pilates?
You can find everything about Scolio Pilates on the website, which is actually scoliopilates.com. It's pretty easy. Crazy. And then I'm not super great with social media, but I try really hard on Instagram. And on Instagram, it's my name. It's Karina_the tech. So you can find me there. But if you Google Scolio Pilates or search Scolio Pilates on Instagram, you'll find me there.
Karina, you're doing great with social media. I found you. And I was like, yes. So you are doing
Thank you.
great. People are finding you, and they're going to find you even more. Scoliosis is major. Women like Karina are awesome because she's bringing awareness and she's giving hope to everybody that has ever struggled with, I want to work out. I want to be fit. I want to have my back not hurt so much, and I want to be able to do all the other things that people with straight spines do. She's making it possible, and we're so happy to meet her. Make sure you guys follow her. Purchase a book, because I know I will. I need it.
Yes, thank you so much, Ngozi.
Thank you. Bye, guys.